We can begin. They showed up, so that's good. First, we're going to all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Oh, call the meeting to order. Sorry, I don't do this normally. I have to call the meeting to order, so I need a call to order the, call the meeting to order. Huh? United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Does anybody on the board have any conflicts with any of the issues? Okay, we'll proceed. I need approval of the Board of Appeals minutes from May 15th.
I move to approve. I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. So the first item of discussion for today is a variance application from Miguel Morales requesting to construct a 6-foot-high privacy fence within their required street yard setbacks of 25 feet located at 233 Lincoln Avenue. If you could please step to the podium and explain what it is you are doing. To the podium here, dear.
I think I was kind of very specific with the letter that I leave with the person downstairs. I'm sure you guys see it or you guys have it with you guys today.
Yeah, we have pictures of everything. Mm-hmm.
In the letter that I write there, I explain that I have a son with autism, and I want to have a place where he can be safe and he can be playing there and with not running outside and not being in dangers of his life, because he's a special kid that doesn't think normal like a normal kid, you know. And this is one of the main reasons that I would like to have my fence higher than what the rule is, and I would like to have it totally closed to not just 50% open. I was agreeing with what they say that if you guys approve it, it's have to be vinyl and all that. I agree with that. I don't have a problem with that. I can go with that if it is what you guys approve. I would do it that way. So, and this my main reason that I would like to have that way.
Because of your son.
Yes.
Okay. What's the recommendation from the city?
Staff doesn't see any objections to this. It's nice that these already got the kind of shrubbery blocking the front area there, so it's not going to be too visible from the street. And there's already a barricade there, a visible barricade.
And I can also agree if you guys, if I move from the house and you guys want me to tear down the fence, I can remove it. If I move from there, the place where I saw the house and I move from there, I can, if I'm not gonna live there anymore, there's no reason for me to leave the fence there. If somebody else is gonna be living there with now that kind of problem or those kinds of things, you know.
Is there any neighbors from the neighborhood or anything that objects to this or is for it? No? Any questions? Marcus?
From our city perspective, why is this not allowed? And is it just the portion that's along the sidewalk that we're worried about?
Yep, so
Okay.
what we're looking at is the portion that is from the corner of the house and then shoots out to the street and along the street side there. So if it were to go from the corner of the house and go straight across, we wouldn't have a concern. We're looking at this portion right out here, and that the requirements for a fence in that area in your street yard is 4 foot high for a maximum and 50% open.
Gotcha.
But if he's willing to use vinyl, we will usually allow that.
And is that the equipment that he's planning to use here?
That's what he stated. You would put, the fence would be a vinyl fence, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Move to approve as presented.
I have a motion for approval. Second motion, or second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed? You're approved.
Thank
So then
you.
you just go to the building department, they'll explain everything that you need to do and give you all of that you can start.
Is there any way that I can get like something right that is what you guys want, the
Yes.
vinyl fence?
Through the building department. Yep.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. All right, next on the docket is a variance application from David and Kathleen Dana requesting to expand their driveway located at 2113 North 28th Street. If you'd like to step to the podium.
Yes, we'd like to cement about 3 feet to the north of our driveway so we can get our cars out of the garage better,
Okay.
right up to the property line almost.
I see that there is a trailer that's there. Is that parked there?
No, that's
Not any
gone.
longer?
No, we sold
Okay.
it.
Okay.
We just need our car there now.
Recommendation by the city?
City recommendation, if this is approved, we would like to see a curb there to eliminate any running water issues for the neighbors.
So they're asking for a curb and gutter to be put in as well with the extension of the driveway? Is that a possibility, or is that already in the plan?
What kind of a curbing do they want? Just like along the roads?
A curb like on the roads, just on the side of your driveway there to stop water from running directly into your neighbors.
There has been no water problems there, so I don't know why you'd want a curbing, to be honest, but
We just need to make sure we're not causing any runoff issues for your neighbors.
yeah. What about if we put like that one neighbor's got now with a block that goes up and down along the edge? But putting up a high curb there would be nothing but problems for everybody.
May I ask for a clarification? Is the minimum height on this curb that should be considering? Because on a city street, I think it's like 6 inches, maybe 7 inches tall of a curb?
Yeah, I don't,
Or can it be like a 2-inch curb or a 3-inch curb more? What do we normally
know,
see on?
Like a 4-inch curb that goes along the edge of the driveway.
Okay.
That way to ensure the proper water drainage goes down and that we're not causing watershed issues to the next door neighbor. Because if he's asking for a 0 setback,
Yeah.
that's great.
So.
May I ask a follow-up?
It's about.
Sir, would you be open to putting in a curb with this
4-inch
extension?
curb? Just a 4-inch?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad. It'd be better than what's along the road, that's for sure.
Would the city be okay with that?
Yeah.
And would,
Do you have any sort of plan drawn up as to who's doing the work, or did they
Madison?
draw something up?
Madison Concrete?
Okay.
are they replacing the brick portion?
What's that?
Are they replacing the brick portion?
Yeah, we're replacing that.
Okay, gotcha.
That's what we want to get rid of.
Oh,
Okay.
Do you want to open it up to the audience?
is there any neighbors that agree or disagree with this? Any other questions?
I have a question. Can you return to the previous picture, shot from the front of the house? One down?
The actual front of the house?
Yes.
What is the difficulty getting in and out of the driveway? It looks like the driveway extends well past the garage door, unless I'm missing something.
It just barely makes it past the garage door.
Isn't the trailer mostly parked on concrete there?
It's on block. I had to put blocks there because I don't want to drive in the mud over there.
So I wonder if I'm missing something, maybe one of you can help me out. It looks to me that when coming out of the garage door, there's a decent amount of space to the.
I would agree with
of
you.
concrete space to the left. So if you're backing straight out of the driveway, it seems to me that there's several feet of concrete to the left if you're backing out of the garage there.
Not with the other car there. This
Okay,
is all
so
to
it-
the north.
It's to park 2 cars in the driveway.
So it is
North of the
parked two
sidewalk is
cars,
what I gotta
so-
get over.
So the issue isn't quite backing out of the car without, or backing out of the garage without going on the house, it's room to park a second car.
There's no other room to.
And still come past it out of the
I'm not
garage,
gonna
is that
park on the
correct?
front lawn.
Okay.
Is there any hardship, sir, that is, I guess, that it's a need for that?
What's that?
Is there a hardship that you're dealing with, that there's a need for that?
Well, yeah, I got parking the other car. I'm not gonna park in the mud and grass. Snow?
Yeah, but that's not really a hardship.
Well, yes, it is. I gotta have that if I'm gonna park my
Sorry.
other car on the north side. I wouldn't be able to make the car out of the garage,
Can you park one of the cars in the street?
not in the winter. I tried doing that, and I got a ticket with that too, so it's,
I'd make a motion to approve this with the curbing if we were to see plans that staff thought were sufficient resubmitted to the correct department. Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah.
So a motion has been made. Looking for a second.
a second.
So a motion and a second that, based on approval,
Any more discussion?
I'm sorry,
Any more discussion?
any more discussion?
I think the concern I have is that with, I think the hardship being a fairly standard one of simply the inconvenience of moving one's car in the street in the wintertime, I'm concerned that there's a lot of encroachment on the neighbor's yard with an additional curb that's perhaps unnecessary. I don't see any unusual circumstance in this case. Most driveways with a single car garage don't tend to be double wide driveways because of how much they encroach on a neighbor's yard. So I'm not sure that there's justification for a variance. I'm open to other ideas, however, or a different point of view.
Can you come up
Step to the podium, please, dear.
I'm a nurse and I saw him walking to the podium and I noticed that he also has some gait issues. So I'm just thinking, especially, and it's not with age or anything else, but walking to and from the street in the wintertime on the ice would also be a risk for fall. And if you can see him standing here, he seems like he's kind of leaning more towards one side. He definitely has some mobility issues that could be stated
I have
as,
a bad back, bad knees, you name it.
so then that could be your hardship issue. Sorry, I'll be seated.
Thank you. I don't see this, is it about 3 feet of concrete, is it? 2 feet of concrete?
I think we're looking at 3 feet right now.
Yeah, I don't see this additional strip of 3 feet of concrete in front of their house off to the left, really creating a undue hardship for them or for hurting the property values of any neighboring properties. If we can help people, I think it's an okay idea to help them out. It's not like he's looking to pave the other side and ruin his front lawn.
Fair enough.
Sir, would you agree with what the lady had said?
Yes, walking is not good for me. Standing
Okay.
here is not good for me.
Okay? I can't give you that answer. You have to tell us that. So that helps in us making a decision for you as far as your hardship is concerned. It's hard for you to move,
Yep.
or you have back issues. That's
Hard for me to
much
stand
more
here,
helpful
too.
to us.
I can't stand in one spot.
Sure. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Unless there's no other discussion, I'd make a motion to approve with the condition that that 4-inch curb is put in per the city's recommendation.
We already have that.
We have,
We just got to vote.
Fair enough.
So-
All right, yeah, that was a while ago.
so we can make,
I'm fine with returning back to approving the motion.
okay. So we have a motion and a second in approval of the variance with a 4-inch curb that's requested by the city. If all is in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Your motion passes, sir.
Okay.
So you just meet with the building department and they'll take care of what you
Yep.
need to do, okay?
I have to get the permit when we start that then, is that?
That's what you do with building permit, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on our docket today is a variance application from Julia, I'm gonna say your last name wrong, Demise, requesting to pave and expand a legally non-conforming driveway at 2412 North Sixth Street. Please step to the podium, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name.
That's okay, it's Demay. I would like to expand my driveway because as you can see, there's a giant mud pit on the side. So the reason I can't is because you have to be 3 feet from the property line and your driveway is supposed to be a minimum of 10 feet. Mine's 7 feet. So the car on the driveway, when it's completely on the driveway, you can't open one side of the doors and get out. And if it's parked off the driveway, then you can get out, but it's creating a giant mud pit so I'd like to expand it.
Okay. City's thoughts on this?
So if she wants to repave her driveway, there's no way she can do that without getting a variance because she's not gonna get the width she's not gonna get the width. But when you include the 3-foot setback, we're not gonna get anywhere near the width. So for her to repave her driveway, it's gonna need a variance.
No matter what. And it's gonna be concrete, I would guess?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going the whole way across, or is the grass middle strip gonna stay?
No, that's not gonna stay. I would go.
Is there any other pictures?
Any other concerns
Any
from
other
the city?
views?
Okay. Okay.
I'd make a motion to approve as presented.
Is there any neighbors from the neighborhood that would like to?
Hello, I'm Philip Ditter. I'm the adjoining property owner. I just came in to support the variant, or the approval of the variance, because as she said, you end up with mud in that spot, and having that being concreted, and won't have mud splashed on my house then. So, just came here to support.
We always
the
take
approval.
that when a neighbor says, yeah, that's a good idea. Any more discussion?
A second.
I second the motion.
So I have a first and a second in approval of the pave and expansion of the driveway. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. So you just meet with building department and they'll get all the information for you that you need. Our next meeting is scheduled for July 17th, 2024. If I could have a motion to adjourn.
Before we do that, we still have some people in the audience
We do
there.
have people in the audience.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we're not on the list. I did pay my fees and also have the information here. I don't know if it was because it was along with a permit that I already received, but I was doing the variance along with the permit.
Okay,
So you guys.
have a seat. Or I mean, stand up. So, your,
So I can, if you would like me to, I could bring you just the, what our property looks like, just so that you guys can be able to see it as well.
sure.
Are we able to discuss this in this meeting without it being previously agended?
We could make a motion to add it.
It's gotta be published.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Did pay for it.
Okay.
It might just end up being at our next meeting.
But they told me today, I paid $250.
Yeah.
Today. So,
Could we do special session?
I think you need 24 hours, don't you?
We're running into an open records law type of situation. The city attorney might need to tell us exactly what we need to do here to help you out. Okay.
No, it would need to get published and it needs to get neighbor noticed.
Neighbor notice still.
Correct.
Okay.
So it needs a class 2 publication and it needs a neighbor notice. So, yeah,
It would
I
have to be
apologize, for that.
okay, well, because he called out for work and I also got a babysitter.
No, I get that.
The end was given today as a date, so I'm not sure why it was left off, but.
I'm not sure either.
So then the permit, we needed to start from 30 days from the set of the permit, so now.
That is
afterwards,
fine.
The permit will no longer be.
No,
valid.
that is fine. The permit is fine. I'm not concerned about the permit. We can get you on July's meeting. I just need to,
Would we have any issues taking this in as a communication that we don't vote on today, so at least we can hear them out?
Right, yeah.
That'd be
It's the
okay?
issue that Mr. Morales had. I mean,
what was that?
Can we take this document in as a piece of communication to our committee and not vote on it today?
You can.
But then we can hear
Then we
what
can
they
hear what she
say
has
and
to say
then
about
we
it.
can
Yeah.
vote next month and then you don't have to be off work one more time.
would be wonderful,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I work from home, but.
They
I
can do, yeah, or we can Zoom you in as well,
Zoom,
if that
okay.
works.
I mean,
I'm guessing at what's allowed in this committee, to be honest. So if you don't have a problem with that, we can amend our agenda to include a piece of communication. If you think that's an issue, then we could go the Zoom route.
say that it still needs to be published to the
It-
neighbors?
Yeah.
Yes, so.
Before it can be voted on, though. We
Before it
could
can be
talk about
voted
it.
on, but we could talk about it before.
Okay, so we could talk
Possibly.
about.
We
it
just have no
Maybe.
voting.
And then vote on it as a formality next time?
Or I'm
Correct.
giving Chuck downstairs a stroke right now, one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going with the Sunday.
And there's not a requirement that she be present when we vote on it? or-
No, there's no requirement. They do not need to be present.
Okay.
I just recommend that they be present because if there's questions for the board,
Yeah.
because technically discussion can't be had, I can't speak for them, so that's why I asked them to be present.
Yeah, that's what I
Can't
mean, I just wanted to
do
make sure that next month we don't have.
We can't do minutes then?
technicality.
We can just take it.
Yeah,
that's-
something that,
I don't want to break any
Right.
open record
Yeah.
laws, you know?
Yeah.
Make a
But you-
false promise.
you never know.
Can't touch it.
If she's available, it's fine. I don't think you could even put anything in the minutes about this either, at
No.
this point.
No.
No.
Do you want to talk to the lawyer real quick and ask?
I can see if he's available. You don't technically need to be present for a meeting. It's pretty straightforward of what you're looking to do, so it's up to you. Or like I said, Zoom is also another option.
Would it help in case to be present?
That's up to these guys, but I mean, the 6-foot high fence, that's pretty standard of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
There's a retaining system fence on our neighbor's side. On the back side. So we would just be closing the one, this, joining in with it, and we would just like to keep the whole complete 6-foot, closed out on our side of the yard.
Okay.
Our neighbors
Which we
They-
require the same rule pretty
Yeah,
much
is
for
it-
whatever
and-
they
and-
do. So it's not, you're not doing a real crazy thing.
No, nothing under.
The issue is, and I know that it's not gonna be in the minutes or anything like that, but I work from home and I own a nursing agency and I'm like on the phone doing, business
Sure.
cards and all that stuff constantly, and our 5-year-old daughter would love to be in the yard. And the way that our house is set up, like our house is like the living area right here, then a 2.5-car garage, and then the yard. So we cannot see that side of the yard at all with our daughter over there. And to me, safety is obviously a very big concern. So we do have cameras that are set up over there, but I mean, no area is 100% safe.
Sure.
So where you have the 4-foot, 50% open, if somebody drives past and sees a kid in the yard,
Sure.
I'm not gonna have that peace of mind and know that my daughter is over there safe.
Sure.
Whereas if we had a 6-foot privacy fence and didn't have the gate on that side, then we wouldn't have to worry about it. And even on the other side, we were discussing doing an egress at a different time. But if we have an egress and a 4-foot tall and a 50% open fence, entry into our house, you could just literally jump down right in there.
Sure.
So, I mean, from a safety
on a corner,
standpoint
right?
of me having, like he works 9-10-hour days.
Sure.
I'm at home with a 9-month-old and a 5-year-old, and we don't have any streetlights by us, we don't have any sidewalks, we don't have anything. So just for that added safety, to feel like I can have my kids play in the yard, it really means a lot. It would
Sure.
mean-
Now, on a corner, we require either a vinyl fence or we require that you do a shadow box
Yes.
when we do a 6-foot
We're
fence.
completely fine with that. And it
Okay.
also is on one of the sides, it's like over, like 30 feet away from the road, but they were saying that we still had to do the 4 feet because it had to join alongside of the house on this side. But
Oh,
we
sure.
also do have, like where this area is right here, there is, there's landscaping that you, like to this additional area that comes out to here. So we would actually have to fence over our landscaping to meet that requirement. So that's why we would have to come out here to be able to still have a fence on that side.
And there's trees in front of it, correct?
Right, well, so we
Do you have
would be able to do.
You don't have a front view of your house, do
I
you?
do, I have the pictures. I did
What's the
email
address
them.
on that?
Regardless, can't go in it.
What's the address of the property?
30 by 90 Conroe Drive. So this is like one of the front angles as well. I did also take a video as well, but it wouldn't upload because it was beyond that. It was like 33 and then that was able to be uploaded.
Okay. Anybody else need to see?
The gravel is right there, and if it was to with the
I
side
think
of the
Marcus
house,
is running
then
down, talk to Chuck. I think
Where's the fence?
Yeah, the issue is the fence is going in front of the property. We generally don't like that.
So it would just be right where the grass is, right there, so just like a couple feet out. But, so there's, the berm that sits right there, so I mean, it is in front of where the property is, but it's not in, I mean, that's where the garage is, so there wouldn't be any. There's the sidewalk.
It's still there in the berm,
Right,
so it would only come off, like a
So they want to
panel
go
of-
here,
for that one would join the side of the fence. or the
and
Right.
then
side
here
fence.
instead of going to the edge of the street, which is what they, generally, we don't let them go any further than the front of the house. They're asking for that 2 feet to go in front.
And why the additional 2 feet?
Because
So that
there's landscaping that we're not in, right here. We can't put a fence right there because there's cement and also landscaping.
Gotcha.
Well, you could, you have to put a gate, and then you do
Right,
the
but the gate
fence.
would still come out further than what the house does.
So instead of having like a gate
Because we can't put
Right here.
the fence through cement.
where we could put, the door, where the
The gate
concrete is.
here?
Right,
That's
And-
exactly where the gate is.
There, that's a better answer.
Right.
The gate goes here.
Yes.
yeah.
'Cause
And then it would be on existing concrete and, we wouldn't go through our, landscape that we have here.
Okay, so
It's all rock.
the gate would open onto this path.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, that was a little hard to,
Yes.
I
the
hadn't
gate
seen
would
it
be
there.
for the path.
Okay.
No sidewalk,
No,
But
so
they
that's
could-
another
This is
thing,
also
cause,
where they're looking at projecting,
because they
having
could
the,
put sidewalk here.
the urban, the new school, that we're like right by.
Do you know what this distance is?
there
From
is
the
25
road
feet.
to this corner?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
If there was a possibility of putting a sidewalk in there in the future, would that cause?
Well, because you'll usually say why it's,
Yeah, there's a picture of how the distance looks from standing in the road, but I mean.
and you're fine with a vinyl fence even though it says wooden?
Well, so it said wooden because we were gonna match up with our neighbor's fence.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean.
That's before we
The
would do-
difference between getting approved and not approved would be a vinyl fence.
Get a verdict. I
did. But we were
He
just
said,
going to go with the wooden fence for the.
Point of order.
flow of the
Sure.
neighborhood being
Pardon me.
same fence.
I'm so sorry. I just talked to the city attorney, and because this isn't on the agenda, it's not something we should be discussing right now. He recommended that you just join via Zoom, because we can get in a lot of trouble if we don't,
Next month.
if we talk about something that's not on the agenda. And we can't amend the agenda now, apparently.
Because the meeting's already. Okay. There's our answer.
it's the way it is.
Yeah.
Not gonna change.
so then, do we have to repay the?
No,
No,
No, I'll get you on
It just-
July's agenda and we can do a Zoom if that, if you want to appear, you choose not to appear, that's fine.
Okay.
you can write a letter too.
Wasn't approved, or why we went on?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Did you email
Yeah,
the?
they could probably
Sent
do it.
pictures, I filled out the application, I paid the $250.
Okay, I can talk to you
I
after.
don't want to be part of this, right?
Okay,
You might have
so
a-
we'd like to make, or I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, everyone.
Next meeting date?
I said it, July 17th.
Okay. See y'all then.
It was before that.
At 3:00.